What's going on, guys? Co from cosports.com here today. We are talking about Najee Harris's Fantasy Outlook as well as his NFL Futures player prop picks for the upcoming NFL season. We are in the first week of training camp, so it's really time to start looking in at your Fantasy Outlook, your fantasy drafts, preparing to dominate your leagues, and of course, with the legalization of sports betting in so many states now, you want to take a look at some of the futures bets that are out there on the table. So today we are looking at Najee Harris, but before we get into that, please like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Let's take a look back at last season for Najee Harris. He's a rookie with the Pittsburgh Steelers, coming out of Alabama the year before that, and he ran for 1,200 yards in his rookie campaign with the Steelers last year, and that's a great rookie campaign. He ranked 4th in the league in rushing yards, but it feels like he could have been even better. So taking that next step in year 2, I think so. Big Ben is out. It sounds like Mitch Trubisky is going to be the QB for the Steelers this year. And if you ask me, that sounds a lot like a lot of handoffs to Najee Harris, which is music to fantasy owners' ears. Even last year with Big Ben there, he's over the hill. But Harris ranked 2nd in rushing attempts with 307. I do think he'll have over 300 again this year. And teams could stack the box against him. That's fine. He's a very powerful runner, but he also has the ability to get outside and turn on a second gear. So I do think even if teams stack the box on him, I think he's going to have a fantastic year. All of the experts have him ranked in the top 5, and I think that's a worthy ranking for him coming into this year. He showed us last year that he can handle that workload. He's going to be another year into his career. I mean, you typically see guys take a big step in year 3, but I think we could see that from him this year. I mean, he's going to be right up there with Derrick Henry. Hand the ball off to him. You know what you're going to get. He's going to run downhill. He's going to get yards. They're going to do it again. So FanDuel currently has his futures player prop line set at 1,120.5 yards. So he went over that by about 80 yards last year, and I think he's going to have more touches this year. I think he's going to get more yards this year, so I would suggest taking the over on that over at Fanduel Sportsbook. So get over there, get that locked in. For you fantasy owners, that's value. That's a lot of fantasy points there, and over 1,200 or over 1,120 rushing yards. There's a lot of fantasy points there to be had. His season-long touchdown total is set at 7.5. So he finished with 7 last year rushing. So some points to be had there for you guys. But I don't expect Mitch Trubisky to come out slinging it for the Steelers and running up-tempo offense. And even if at some point in the season, rookie QB Kenny Pickett, hometown kid, comes in, it's going to be a lot of Najee Harris. So let's take a look at the schedule and a few things that are going to factor into him having that big, not breakout, just build on the breakout that was his rookie campaign last year. But he will be going up against 10 opponents who ranked outside of the top 10 in rushing defense last season. He's going to get some early chunks this year. Week 2 matchup, he's got the Patriots, who ranked 24th against the run last year. And then he's got the Jets 2 weeks later in Week 4, who ranked 28th against the run last season. And another thing you want to factor in when you're looking at running backs for fantasy or season-long player prop picks is, okay, how many games are on the schedule where the Steelers can get blown out? Because typically when a team is getting blown out, they're playing from behind, they're throwing the ball, trying to catch up, not handing it off to your running back who you want them to continue to feed the whole game. And realistically, Steelers are going to be, I would say, an average team. And I know Steelers fans don't want to hear that, but I think it is a reality. And they're going to win some good games, but they're going to drop some games that they should win this year. But I only see 2 games on the Steelers schedule that I would circle and say, hey, these could be blowouts. And it's back-to-back weeks in October when they take on the Bills and Bucs. Two very good teams, so don't feel bad about getting blown out by those two teams, Steelers fans. But, again, it is a reality. So, with that said, I mean, Harris should be in the mix. He should get plenty of work all season long. Shouldn't be getting blown out week in and week out. Don't expect that. So he should get to that 300 carry mark and the 1,200 yards again. I think we could see him close to 1,400 this year. That's going to be a huge season. Him and Henry will be going toe-to-toe, in my opinion. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but that's my opinion. I do think he's going to have a huge season just because of the potential for the workload, and we saw the workload that he had last year, and it should be even more this year. So that's my prediction. Najee Harris, definitely worthy of a top 5 pick in your fantasy draft. Definitely worthy of taking the over on his year-long player prop pick over at fanduel.com, 1,120.5 yards. On the touchdowns, if you want to get crazy and take the over on that, go right ahead. But I would feel more comfortable with the yards. I mean, we take a look back at his game log last year. He's got some big ones in there against the Browns last year. He had 188. Sorry for that ad trying to come in here. You got to pay to advertise on this channel. 188 against the Browns last year in the second matchup, and 91 in the first. He's going to be playing them twice this year. Let's see who else. Jets, Dolphins, Falcons, Panthers. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be lined up to have a good season. I mean, both times when they played the Bengals, they're not going to want to play a shootout with Joe Burrow, so they're going to want to run the ball. There's 2 games that he should have big games. But, yeah, that's where I'm going. I do have high hopes for Najee Harris. Great rookie season, and even 2 years ago when he was at Bama, he was 3rd in college football in rushing yards, and that was the year that Mac Jones threw for 4,500 yards. Roll damn Tide. But he's shown that he can handle the workload at the NFL level. I expect more from him this season, so I do suggest that you circle him on your fantasy draft boards. Get him early. Don't expect any injuries. Knock on wood, like other guys in that top 5, McCaffrey. But Harris is a guy, I mean, you look at his legs, you look at his build, he can handle the hits that he's going to take. That's a guy that I like. That's who I want to have my money on. That's who I want to rely on with my top pick, especially in auction leagues. You're putting big money down. He's a guy you can trust. And then as far as the player prop pick goes, yeah, I mean, he's a guy that should be right around that number and has potential to go way over it, in my opinion. So look for a big season from Najee Harris. Again, please like and subscribe to the video. Check out covesports.com. We will have articles posted if you're more of a read. You know, if you're at work and you can't watch videos, go on there and you can scroll through and you can read through the articles. They're posted on the free picks page. So check that out. And then we'll be posting more videos every day, every other day. So be sure to check in on the channel. And thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Hit me up on Twitter or Instagram at KOF Sports. And let me know what you think. And let me know if you guys do get in on the player prop picks or you get them in your fantasy league. Good luck, you guys. Thank you for watching.